Hello and welcome to Fantasy Premier League Animate. I'm your manager Oded and welcome to the only channel where Premier League players come alive and try to convince me why they should be on my team. In this video we'll take a look at some of the overlooked players in the league and explain how they can upgrade your team for the following Game Week 25 and Game Week 26. Usually before game week, there is videos that show the best players to pick, usually from the best team and the best player in the league. But in this video I'll show you 6 players from the bottom of the league that can transfer to fill up holes in your squad, or even if you have enough money for cheap players if you decide to use any big chip like wild card, free hit or even bench boost. Sometimes these players can give you points you didn't think you will have, pure bonus. So let's dive in and see which players can do that for you this game week. First runner-up is Lewis Dunk for Brighton. The Brighton defender, I admit, was a new name for me until game 24. But after the 0-0 draw with strong team like Aston Villa, I looked at his stats and realized him and Brighton of course conceded only 2 goals in their last 7 matches in the league. Only 1 goal against Manchester City and Burnley, and kept a clean sheet against big teams like Liverpool, Tottenham and Leeds. Their defense improved, meaning they conceded 28 goals in 17 games and then just 2 in 7 games. And the best defender from this squad is Dunk, who maintained great numbers with 6 clean sheets out of 7, 1 goal and 6 bonus points. The surprisingly defense of Brighton gives something to think about for game week 25 and 26 when Brighton will face Crystal Palace, who forgot how the goal looked like without Zaha, and then West Brom. So you can say there is a big chance Brighton and Dunk maintain their clean sheet run and collect more points on the way. I guess a lot of managers already booked this player in their squad before game week 24 and especially after game week 24 with his goal against Crystal Palace. Burnley defense as well playing great, and it seems that it's need a great effort to break it, even though Fulham did it in the last game. I chose Lowton over other Burnley defenders because he goes the deepest the rival field and supports his offense as well, as we saw so well against Palace. It may be his first goal this season, but up next he got West Brom at home, so we might see the second. In game week 26, Burnley will face much tougher team as Tottenham away, but Spurs will play 3 days before in the European League against Wolfsburg, so they will have a little more than 2 days to rest and prepare for this game, so Burnley can get something out of this game with the tiredness of the main Spurs team. If you don't trust those defenders to keep a clean sheet, you can always go for a cheap midfielder such as Pereira. His team is in the bottom table, but he delivered a nice number this season in a team such as that. In the last 3 games he didn't do much, but before that he had 3 goals in game 19 and looked sharp. The reason I think he can be useful as a cheap midfielder is West Brom fixtures, Burnley and Brighton. I know I just talked about how much their defense improved the last few weeks, but it may be a good gamble to pick him to fill up the gap in the start 11, or even better if you still have the bench boost cheap and decide to use it on game week 25 or 26. By the way, West Brom will face Newcastle on game week 27, so it's another thing to think about. Navas is not the main man in Wolves, not to have better campaign so far, but he showed much improvement these last 8 game weeks with 4 goals and 1 assist. Wolf will face Leeds at home, always a treat for midfielder and striker to score with a cheesy defense like Leeds have. And in game 26 they will face Newcastle, another team that struggle in defense game after game. So with only 5.1 million cost and 2 games against weak defense teams, it could be even better to fill up the 11 or get points from bench boost. On to the strikers, with a new name that was introduced us in a fashion way against Everton. In his second game in the club, Maja were able to score twice to get Fulham a rare win. With Mitrovic out of injury and is in bad form as well, Maja slid into the main striker spot along with Bobby Reed and showed some of his skills in the last match. And they played a decent game against Burnley as well. Fulham will face Sheffield United at home, a game that can easily bring big score with the way Fulham played recently to their favor. And on game 26 they will face Palace, who I talked about their defense earlier. So it can be a good chance to show what more Maja can do with the ball. And maybe it can be a nice surprise for those who will pick him. You can also go for Ola Anya, the defender who had 2 great games this double game week with a goal and assist. And against poor form teams like Sheffield and Palace, maybe contribute more and keep a clean sheet as well. We'll have double games in game week 25 and one on 26. On paper, games against Chelsea, Leeds and Everton can be challenging, but against Chelsea at home it might break the strong brick wall of Chelsea defense, and it should be easier against soft defense of Leeds and Everton. Ings is in and out of injuries but still able to score 8 goals and pass 4 assists this campaign. He recently scored against Wolves after 6 game blanks, but Southampton is in terrible shape, losing their last 7 games, facing injury with the main players and just look bad. They might have another double game week on 26 and on 27, but I don't know if I'll put all my cards on Ings or any of Southampton players, even though they will face Sheffield on game week 27. Up to you. So those are the 6 players from the bottom teams who can maybe make a change in your squad and bring bonus points you didn't think you can bring. And they're also pretty cheap to fill up the gap or get points from unexpected score. So I hope you enjoyed this video, it made you smile. Much more to come in the future, so if you want to keep up, please hit the subscribe button and press like. And I will sure love to hear what you think I should animate next to get funnier videos for you and what should be improved in my videos as well. Do well and good luck to everyone.